Alright, so first on our list is Mr. Cheesy. I think that Mr. Cheesy is a very good map. Its gameplay is slightly sweaty. There is a very good bypass and a bit of a sky bridge. And there is a spawn trap, but it's not very common. And in the rare occasion that you do get spawn trapped on that map, it is pretty easy to break out of. And if someone hippos, it's pretty easy to get in their goals through the back. So I'd overall give that map. That map's definitely probably one of my top 10s. It's probably a B tier map, in my opinion. Next up is Dojo and Aquarius. No. Is it? Or Dojo and Aquatica? Next up on our list is Dojo. Dojo has very good gameplay. And it yeah, the gameplay on Dojo is like, once again, kind of like Mr. Cheesy, except not as small of a map. It's slightly bigger map. And pretty much the exact same things as Mr. Cheesy, without the hippo. And even less spawn trapping. I'd probably give that one, I'd probably have to put Dojo in A tier. Next on our list is Aquatica. I'm pretty sure Aquatica is the same as Dojo, so it's also gonna be a B tier. And that's all I'm gonna say about that one. Next up is Fortress. Fortress is Fortress has spawn traps. No, Fortress has a lot of hippoing, no spawn trapping. It just has a big sky bridge, and it has this one special type of jump getting out of the spawn. And you can kind of just, when the cages drop, you just jump over them, and then assuming you don't get lagged back, which has happened a lot recently, you get on top of the little pillar to the fortress, and then you can just jump up over arrows, and it also gets you a bit of a speed boost too, so yeah, I'd probably give it a Fortress is probably another B tier map. Oh, here we are. This part right here on Fortress, you can kind of jump up and onto it. There is hippoing, which is annoying, and people do wings quite a lot, and those wings are very annoying. Bypassing is okay-ish on this map, but not the easiest thing. So I'd probably give this map a B tier. Next on the list is Sunstone. Sunstone has like 3 entries right in front of it. And then it has like 2 stairwells in the back. Those entries can be hippoed, and but not the stairwells. And yeah, it does have a sky bridge, and bypassing is very fun on that map, and it's pretty easy. So I'd probably rate it I don't know. It's also a small map, that's the only thing. And the gameplay style on it is mostly bypass. I'd probably give it it's probably another B tier map. Um, Next up we have Twilight. Um, Twilight has a lot of spawn trapping, and it's a very small map too, with a very weird build limit. And when you jump down, there's this one carpet. So if you go on the left side, you can place a block and you can land on it. If you go to the right side, you can place a block like right here. But then if you're in the middle, there's a big carpet right there, and the block just goes up the block and it's floating. And it is very annoying. And the game style can be bypassing. And one thing that's very annoying about this map is the fact that if you're trying to fight someone who's trying to get into your goal, you can't hit them back and send them past the goal, because the wall's right there and it acts as a backboard that just deflects them down into the goal. And yeah, so that kind of takes away from the rating of this map, and I'd probably give it a C tier overall. Maybe D. Yeah, I'll give Twilight D tier. Because I dislike Twilight that much. And this is all personal opinion, keep in mind. So yeah, Twilight's D tier.
Can someone come get Max from me? I'm on the bed.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that part out. Next up on our list is Chronon. It's a decent map. Bypassing is pretty common, and to get into the goal you only have to like jump up 2, and then 2 blocks, and then you're in. And it's like a very it's one of those maps where you can like place the blocks above your head and then just kind of spam space as you go through. It's definitely pretty OP. And there are 2 stairwells which you can go on, and then you can kind of like juke people out on it, and it's very weird that way. But like, it's not very common to see that happen, I guess. And I'd probably overall give it a B tier. No, C tier. Chronon is a C tier map just because it's so big. Just seems kind of bulky for the gameplay style it has. So, yeah. Next up is Flora. Flora is a very unique map on Bridge, just because it has such a special playstyle in a way. So, the goal isn't at a normal height like on traditional Bridge maps. It's down below the playing area, and it is very weird, but at the same time it's like a bypass's dream. There is a spawn trap, but when you're bypassing on that map, a spawn trap really doesn't matter that much. And you can just place blocks there and make a little bridge into the goal. So I'd probably give that map a Flora. I'd probably give Flora like a Flora's definitely an A tier for me. Next on our list is Tundra. Tundra, there's only one way to get into the goal and one way only, And that place, if it's hippoed, it's the most annoying thing. Bypassing is insanely hard on this map. And everyone builds a sky bridge and just hippos everywhere on that map. And then they'll build wings, and it's just like, basically, whoever has the most goals at the end of 15 minutes wins that game. So yeah, overall, I'd probably give Tundra like a D tier. Just because it's only one way to get into a goal on that map. And it is very annoying when that one way is hippoed. Next up we have Atlantis. Atlantis is a huge map. It has like those waterfalls, and those waterfalls get you stuck half the time. And then if you get someone else stuck in there and you hit them, it just knocks them past and into the goal. So that is, the water just makes it very annoying, and the water is very unnecessary. But at the same time, if you have the right tactic, you can get through that water easily if you jump before you go through it. So yeah, that's pretty OP when you're doing that, I guess. Or if you go through it just before the water comes down, you get your opponent trapped. So I'd probably give that one just because it's so big, I'm gonna give it a C tier. If it was smaller, it would probably be a B, but it's just so huge. And yeah, it gives people a lot of time to like build a wing or something, just because it's so huge. So yeah, I'm probably gonna give that one a C tier. Next up on our list is Stumped. Stumped is kind of like Tundra, and it can be hippoed, but that hippo can also be built out, but to the sides. But you can go around that built out part, and you can pretty easily still get in through the two sides, even if it's built out. And it is kind of big, I guess, but it's not huge. It's a decent sized map, like it's average sized. So I'd probably give it I'd probably put Stumped in, well, because of the sky bridge and the bypassing not being very efficient on it, I'm probably gonna give it a C tier as well. Just because it's my opinion. And also because jumping down to try and save someone from getting in your goal is also very hard to do on this map. So yeah, that's why it's getting a C tier. Next up we have Condo. Condo is it's another spawn trap map, but when you get spawn trapped on it, you can just go up on the little wall and like mine a single block that's in front of you, and then jump onto the spawn trap wall, and you're good. So it doesn't slow you down that much, and it makes the game also, it's very easy to jump down and save your goal from getting jumped, stop someone from scoring on you on that map. So there's that as well. And overall, that I'd probably, because a lot of people don't know that, you can spawn trap them. When they spawn trap you, you'll get away from it quicker. And it's, yeah, and Condo's just an example of your average bridge map. Like, I'd have to give it a B tier, and that is only because the spawn traps can be annoying and time consuming. And when you're trying to grind, the thing is you don't want big maps or spawn traps or anything that'll slow you down. So, yeah, that'll be a B tier map. Next up is Treehouse, which is one of my personal favorite maps. And, part of the reason for that is because bypassing is very easy on that map. It's a lot of fun. And, if you get someone trapped below their goal, and you just kind of jump on top of the stairwell beside their goal, you can kind of like, just trap them in the... They'll be trapped down there, and then you can, like, make them... They have to make a choice, and it's like a 50% chance they'll make the wrong choice of whether you're going to jump in the front or the back. And you just hold shift, and then you jump down whichever way you chose. And then, yeah, if they try to, you know, jump in the void to get you or anything like that, all you have to do is just, jump down and score. So, it's basically making it like a 90% chance that you're gonna get score. So that is very, also this is a bit of a sky bridge in a way, I guess. Like, you can build across your spawn like that, and then jump on, and then build the sky bridge. And if someone builds a wing on it, it's pretty much useless, and it's not like because there is no way to get in through the side. So someone building a wing isn't that useful on that map. So it saves, the games can be really quick on it too, because it's just such a short map, I guess. Like, it's not tiny, but it's also not a huge map. So yeah, that's why I'd give it that. When did I lose my win streak? I don't remember losing a game. So next on our list is actually Galaxy. This is Galaxy, and I like that you can put a block up on that little part there, and then just kind of run over onto that little part. Bypassing is also pretty easy on this map, and there's a bit of a sky bridge. Yeah, it's pretty easy to save your goal if someone's about to jump into your goal. And, the pre-bow is also pretty easy on this map, because you know that people are going to try and go onto their little side pillar generally. So in that sense, it kind of like makes it a bit easier. And then, yeah, you can, like, that's an example of how easy bypassing is on this map. And then, that's about it for that. That's about it for this map. There's like a hippo, but it takes 3 hours to build, and, it's not worth it. There is a way to get in through the sides that very few people know about. It's actually kind of surprising. You just have to get on top of their base. See, if you come in through here, it's like a secret way in that a lot of people don't know about. And, yeah, it's very helpful to trick people by doing that. So, I definitely give this map an S tier. I forgot to tier Treehouse. Treehouse is also an S tier map. Next up on my list is Sorcery. Sorcery would have gotten a lower ranking if this had been a month ago, but it's gonna get a higher ranking now because they fixed the little bug where you couldn't place a block at, at 2 blocks in from the spawn, but on Boo you could. So, now that you can place blocks in the same spot on Sorcery as you can on Boo, and then you can jump down from your goal and you don't get trapped by this block being like this, because you can land on them both. It definitely gets a higher ranking from me. Definitely, I don't know, Sorcery's another example of your average bridge map. It can be hippoed 2 ways, but it's still the top way to get in. Which gives it a bit of a better gameplay than on a map such as Fortress. So, it definitely gets more points for that gameplay there, because you can still get in without having to break a hippo. So yeah, that's about what. So that map's also gonna get an S tier. It's one of my favorite maps to play on. Bypassing's generally occasionally easy. There's a bit of sky bridge, but that's just a sky bridge, and yeah, if people build a wing on it, it is quite somewhat annoying to deal with, but wings are just not common in solos anyway, especially on those types of maps. So yeah, I'm losing here, so I'm just gonna like try my best to win this, and then I'll start talking again. Bruh. Okay, so next on our list is sorcery. No, next sorcery is an S. Next on our list is hyperfrost. For some reason, getting that prebo on hyperfrost is near impossible, and I don't know why. It just doesn't. The bow doesn't seem to go all the way, even though it's not like any bigger than a lot of maps, but at the same time it can be a bit bigger than all the maps. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure about how that one works, but yeah, and then there's also holes running in, which can be kind of annoying, but the part that really makes this map good is the fact that you can just go out onto 2 pre-built little islands and then kind of go out behind the goal and in, and it's very OP, especially if they decided to hippo their goal. And yeah, it's also pretty easy to save your goal if someone's about to go into it. It's pretty easy to defend on that map. And then also, if you just jump over to the side, you can build a little bridge right there, and it's just very OP map. In general, it's one of my top 10 maps again. I'd probably give Hyperfrost an A tier, just because it is pretty big. So, yeah, that's Hyperfrost. Next up is Licorice. Licorice has a spawn trap, and when you're spawn trapped on it, it's so annoying, and it's pretty much impossible to get out of. So, I'm gonna give Licorice a D tier. That's all I'm gonna say about Licorice. I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore. Next up is Urban. Urban's a pretty fun map because you can, like, place the blocks above your head and then just spam space and go in. And there are 5 ways to get in, 2 on top, 3 in front. So, there's no way Hippo is gonna slow you down every single direction. And, yeah, like, it's generally, like, you can get spawn trapped on it, but you can just avoid those spawn traps pretty easily, so that kind of creates a balance in a way, so yeah, I'd give it that. Um, so next up we have, so I'd probably give it like a A tier. Next up we have Lighthouse, which is just D tier because of the spawn trapping, and it's so small. And the way that the goal is right under the spawn, it's so weird compared to a normal bridge map, and it's just so annoying. And it kind of has a bit of a backboard, kind of like Lighthouse. And if someone doesn't get hit by the backboard, they're going to build a diving board and a spawn trap at the exact same time. And they can just dive straight into your goal, and you can't stop them. Nothing you can do, even hitting them, like, it just doesn't stop them from getting right into that goal. And, yeah, so if someone's built a diving board, it's pretty much lost. So yeah, Lighthouse goes directly into D tier. And then Boo is the exact same as Sorcery. And except a month ago it did have the same place where you could place two blocks, and it still does. So it's going to get the exact same tier as Sorcery, rather than Sorcery being a tier down. Because I'm not judging any maps by their texturing. So yeah, that's gonna do it. I'm pretty sure that is all the maps. If I'm missing any, please let me know in the comments. Now I'm just gonna finish this game and then I'll... Oh yeah, and also, if you like watching this, please subscribe and leave a comment if you want to. But yeah, if you want to see more content, consider subscribing. And, also I stream pretty much every day on my Twitch. I'll leave the link in the description for that as well. Yeah, and also I might leave a link for a poll, and it'll be like different types of content you want me to do. So if you want me to do commentary, or if you want me to do just gameplay, or Skyblock, or Bed Wars, or Bridge Duels, like, just what do you want to see? And then that is what I'll upload. Or if you want to see, like, Bed Wars map tier list, I could do that. And, yeah. So, yeah. That's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.